Miracle, Crash.
What is it?
So we're top decking 2
You
Miracles.
got it, dude.
Oh
Oh,
my god, that's crazy. Wow. Wow.
damn,
That heavy
dude.
rip was crazy.
Yeah.
Dang, I think Koopa really had it. It felt like 90% Koopa was gonna win the game, and then Heavy came
He
down.
won.
What's up, YouTube? So I just got first place at the Chicago Monthly that just happened this past Saturday, and I kind of just wanted to share my list with you guys, talk about the deck a little bit, talk about my tournament experience, and yeah, all that good stuff. Maybe show you some side decking patterns. So I played Vayu this month at the monthly. Why I chose to play Vayu, I don't know. I was just tired of playing decks that weren't, considered tier 1, considered the good stuff. So I just decided to play Vayu. I played Black Wings, I played Tier Frogs in the past, and I like playing different decks for whatever reason. I can't stick to one. I'll probably play a different deck next month, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I just knew, you can't go wrong with Vayu. Vayu's such a good deck. It has so many powerful cards. I just don't think you can ever go wrong bringing it to a tournament if you want to do well, as long as you know how to pilot it somewhat decently, which I think I did okay. I definitely made some misplays throughout the day. A lot of things that need to be cleaned up, but that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, as long as you win the match, that's all that matters. No one remembers the misplays. Everyone remembers who wins the tournament at the end of the day. So that's the important thing. But no, actually, you should try and improve. Think about your misplays, all that good stuff. But anyways, here's the deck. In all its glory, 40 cards, not 41, just 40 cards. We'll go over the monsters real quick. I think it's all pretty standard. I don't think I need to talk about like the individual card choices too much. If I have any thoughts, I'll go over them. But yeah, we have the boss monsters. We have Dad. We have what did I just do? What did I remove from the deck? So we have Dad. We have Chaos Orc. We have Double Caius. We have the Gores. These are all pretty self-explanatory. Chaos Orc was kind of underwhelming today, but it did help me in like one game that I had. But for the most part, it was kind of dead a lot of the time. It just never, I was drawing it early. I didn't have the right materials in the graveyard for it, so it wasn't great. But I don't think I would cut it because it's just another bomb in a deck that has so many bombs, and why decrease the card quality of my main deck, even though it wasn't good, and it's a small sample size. We played 6 rounds of Swiss and then top 8, so 9 rounds in total. But yeah, I think I'd still play the card going forward. It's pretty good. So those are the boss monsters. Then we have the flip monsters, the one hamster. Notably, this deck is basically just Sackface's 41 card list that he's been playing for however many months now at this point. But yeah, I just cut the one hamster. I wanted to get the deck down to 40. I mean, the list is great. I think like you can play 41 and it's like completely fine. You won't really notice much of a difference, but I just, for my own mental well-being, I just want to play 40 cards. So I just cut the hamster. But yeah, obviously these cards are great. You're still playing, basically 5 copies of Raikou. So that's pretty good. Card Trooper, another Miller. It's Card Trooper. I don't need to talk about Card Trooper. The 2 Arma, the 2 Greffer, our warriors, gets our engine going, gets our Darks Engrave, great normal summons. Yeah, Necro Plague, the good Mills. Then we have triple Sirocco, the Gale, and the Vayu. I don't think we need to talk about those. I don't think anyone's, messed around with the 3 Sirocco in a long time. But yeah, it's all pretty standard. Spell lineup, same thing, all the same old, good old cards in Vayu Turbo. Space Typhoon, Heavy, Charge, Rhoda, Lure, Brain Control, and Burial. Just broken cards. I think I was also, like, when I was thinking about cards to consider cutting from the main deck, I was thinking about MST, but I think there's just too much Black Wings and Vayus, and they're just like most decks in the format play like some number of back rows, so like Space Typhoon is never a bad card. but you know, it's just a 1-for-1. It's not like the best thing in the world. It doesn't have the highest impact, but you know, it's still a good card, and I think you need to include it somewhere in your 55. And then the traps, we have the 1 Mirror Force, Torrential, Dust Shoot, Deck Dev, Bottomless, 2 Prison, and then the Return. These are all pretty self-explanatory. I definitely was thinking about, like, if I wanted to play Oppression in the main deck over, like, one of the deck devs, or if I wanted to play 41 and put the Solemn in the main. Things like that crossed my mind, but once I got to this list and I was, like, happy with how it looked and the few matches I played with it beforehand, I just stuck with it. Every tournament, when I have a deck list ready the night before, the morning of, I always, like, try and talk myself out of the deck choices I made the night before. But ultimately, I don't think, like, with a deck like Vayu, like, your 1 or 2 card differences that you make in the main deck or the side deck are really going to be the reason you win or lose a tournament. But obviously, you know, card choices matter. But yeah, so this is what I landed on for the main deck. And we can go to the side deck. We have the 2 Cyber Dragons, the mismatch rarity. So I don't know why it was like this in my deck builder on DB, but for like when I was playing in real life, I had the 2 different copies of Sidra as well, just for superstition or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I did the mismatch rarities, which usually I hate, but for some reason I was okay with it today. The Cyber Dragons themselves were kind of whatever, you know. Cyber Dragon can be hit or miss. Sometimes it, you know, does amazing things versus like machine decks or just GBs, Blackwings, Hero Beat. But today it was or on Saturday, it was kind of whatever. A lot of times it was in my hand dead because I already had a board established, or when I did have it, it wasn't. I was facing down bigger threats than the Cyber Dragon itself, so it was so-so. I wouldn't cut it. Maybe I would consider cutting 1 down. I was definitely thinking about that before the tournament. But, yeah, I would definitely still have a Cyber Dragon somewhere in the list. It's also nice because it's a light, so it fuels your Chaos Sorcerer. But admittedly, I was citing Chaos Sorcerer out, like, a lot. So, maybe I should consider cutting Stork. Oop. Maybe I should consider cutting Stork. But, yeah, then we have the 2 Fossil Dynas, you know, just for frogs, anything that special summons a lot against, like, Gigaplant, the combo decks. Dyna's always gonna, I think, have a spot in the Vayu side deck. If not 2 copies, then 1 for sure. You can also consider playing things like Vanities as well, but I think Dyna's just better. You know, you don't need the tribute for it. Yeah, 1200's a solid enough body for what the card does. So, yeah, Dyna's a good card. I don't think I need to talk about Dyna too much. But, yeah, then we have 2 Crow. I like Crow a lot. I know some people just don't like Crow, and I get it. It kind of has the same thing that Bottomless has as a downside, which is drawing it after your opponent has established a board, and it's just like a bad top deck. But I don't know. I still think Crow is pretty high impact in the matchups it's good in. Like, I still think Crow could be a main deck card. I keep saying this and keep preaching this, that I think, like, more decks could just run a Crow or 2 in the main, and it's perfectly fine, because, like, I think Crow hits, like, something in every deck, basically. But, anyways. But, yeah, Crow was good. Came in clutch for me in top 4 in the Vayu mirror. Yeah, I was bringing the Crows in. I know a lot of people don't bring the Crows in the mirror, but I think it's still a high impact card in the mirror, you know, preventing, like, if they stack for Plague and then, you know, you banish it and they don't have, like, Return or Burial, then that's really good for you. If you stop them from going for a Vayu play, that's great. If you preemptively Crow to get rid of their dark count so they don't have 3 darks so they can't drop Dad, that's great. And then, yeah, I mean, the other matchups has been good in against, like, combo frogs with the Fishborgs. Against zombies, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, Gigavice, it can be decent. So, yeah, I like Crow. I would keep playing Crow. Yeah. Anyways, on to the spells. We have the 1 Mind Control. For any Raikou Hamster Kai's deck, the Mirror Match. Yeah, those are basically the matchups it comes in against. pretty self-explanatory. Then the one Vortex. Vortex was pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if I would cite a second copy going forward. I'm pretty happy with the list. But yeah, Vortex was great all day. It's just, your opponent overcommits to the board, then you Vortex, and then crack back. It's just a great card. Good against combo decks as well. Then on to the traps. We're citing the Solemn for going first, or just against anything that's not like Vayu or Blackwings. Just a good card, but kind of bad in those matchups, and they are very well-represented decks, so you don't want cards you don't want against a deck that you're going to see, 33% of the time, if not more. So yeah, Solemn, great card. Then we have the one Icarus attack. So this is the change from Sizzle's list in the side deck. He was playing the Greffer in this spot. I do like the third Greffer, but it is kind of... I don't like taking one of my side slots and just having a card that doesn't counteract what my opponent wants to do or help me out. I mean, it does help out with your game plan, but I don't know. I just feel like you can make better use of the side slot. And I thought Icarus was kind of generic. It could catch people off guard. Good against decks that have a lot of back row. I can swap this out with my DDV and the matchups that I don't want DDV in against, and it'll probably be good. It's great against frogs. I like it against Blackwings and Vayu as well. I was cited in against those matchups. Whether that's correct or not, I don't know. But I don't expect people to keep their Starlight Roads and stuff in, unless it's a super back row heavy deck and they just have to keep it in just for the heavy. But yeah. So I thought Icarus could be good. I think I only used it once. I used it in my finals match, I think. I set Sirocco, or maybe that was round 3, one of the matches that was on stream. But yeah, it was pretty good. So I can't complain. I wouldn't change it. But it could definitely be something else. You could convince me that this isn't the correct choice on the side. And then the 3 Dust Tornado, just background removal is great. And then Oppression for the special summon decks, all the crazy combo decks, the Gigavice players, the Diva Hero players, if those players still exist. I think they've gone into hibernation or into extinction, I don't know. But yeah, and then we have the extra deck, which I don't really think I need to talk too much about. Everything in here is pretty standard. There's no third Armed Wing. That has come up for me, but, you gotta make room for the Chimera decks since we're signing the Sidges, and... yeah, I don't think you can really cut anything else. So that's the list. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the deck itself, but I will say it. The deck felt good to play. The draws felt good. Like the test hands that I saw, they all looked good. There were so many spots throughout my tournament run where I had a hand and I got into a certain board state and I was like, I'm 99% sure I'm winning this match from this position, and I think every one of those games where I was in that position, I did end up winning. But it's just a nice feeling that I don't have when I'm playing a deck like Gigavice, because at any moment one interruption could just stop your combo in its tracks. So I don't know. I do like just how good and consistent this deck is. Will I play it going forward? Probably, but I don't know. I get bored of decks very fast. I like playing different stuff. But if I were to play Vayu, I would play a very similar list, if not just the same list, because I don't feel like making any changes. But, if combo gets more popular, maybe throw the Oppressions in. There's definitely stuff that can be messed around with. But, yeah, I wanted to talk about my matchups a little bit. I don't remember every round. I forgot what I played against in round 4 and round 5. It was meta decks. I just can't remember exactly what they were. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, so round 1 I played against Blackwings. Nice guy, forgot his name. Yeah, he drew pretty well. He had Whirlwind, he had Sirocco, Bora, Brain Control in both of his opening hands. I got 2-0'd. I got my ass kicked. I think game 1 I did something that probably wasn't correct, but I don't think it ultimately changed the course of the game too much. But yeah, so I lost that. So I lost round 1, so never great starting a tournament, losing the first round. But it's what it is. Round two, I played against Gerardo, who is playing a cool, like, sort of similar to the Water Mania deck with the Polys, the King of the Swamps, but he was teching in, he had Prisma in his list, and, what is it, Necroshade and Blade Edge. Yeah, freaking Blade Edge in 2025, and people say Edison solved, you know? It was a cool deck. I ended up winning. I can't really remember too much of what happened in the match. But yeah, so won that. Round three, I played against Vayu. That was on stream, so you can go check that out at Sackface's YouTube channel if you haven't. And then like I said, I forgot round four and round five what I played against. And then round six, I played against Seth, who was on Black Wings. Yeah, and whoever won that match topped, and whoever didn't bubbled. So yeah, I did end up winning that match. I remember drawing pretty good against him, especially game three. I think I like deck dev'd him and like hit like 3 cards or something ridiculous. So yeah. And then top 8 I played against Christy Sworn. Top 4 I played against Rick on Vayu, and then in the finals that was also on stream I played against Machina Hero. So mostly a lot of meta decks, obviously the 2 rogue decks in the Water Mania Hero deck, and then the Machina Heroes, but I think Machina Hero is actually like not bad. I don't know, it needs to be played more and tested more before I can like definitively say it's like a good deck. But I have played a deck like similar to Koopa, who was my opponent in the finals. Great player, he played phenomenal throughout that match. But yeah, just like having a deck that just pluses a bunch and then has like 1800 beaters, and then after you deal with the beaters, then like Ab Zero and Fortress come out. It's just like a cool, you know, concept for a deck. But yeah, so I mostly played against meta throughout the day, though. A lot of bird decks. I think I played a frog at one point. I don't remember if that was round 4 or round 5. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm just super stoked. I won the 2 Alti Dandies. I'll put a picture on the screen maybe if I feel like editing. Probably not. But yeah, the deck felt good. I felt like I could have played better, but that's a testament to how good the deck is, that like I played suboptimally and I still got carried by my draws in the deck. So that's a nice feeling when your deck could just, you know, take you places that maybe another deck wouldn't have. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the siding pattern a little bit of what I was doing. Because I don't have a concrete siding plan, but I like talking about side deck. I think it's one of the more interesting things to talk about. And one of the things that I think a lot of people get wrong, and I get wrong myself too. But yeah, so I didn't take the time to like make a side plan or anything like that. So I was kind of just going on the fly. But I can kind of give you an idea of like what cards I was cutting a lot. So Dusty was coming out like quite a bit. I don't like it against like Battlecry heavy decks, going second too much. I mean, sometimes I'll keep it in going second against certain decks like Lightsworn, Dragon Turbo, combo decks, whatever. But yeah. Then I was also taking out the deck devs, just depending on the matchup, depending if I was going first or second, you know, all those good things. Charge was coming out like a decent amount. I just thought like of the cards in my deck, what was like the most cuttable, and like a lot of times Charge was the option that I needed to take out. So yeah, that was coming out quite a bit. I was taking out the Hamster at times. Yeah, taking out the Hamster. Sometimes I would take out one Kaya. Stork was coming out quite a bit, like quite often. Depending on the matchup, like against Hero Frogs. Yeah, I played against a Hero Frog, and I side out my bottomlesses in that matchup. Obviously, you keep the deck devs in. So sometimes these came out against like Lightsworn. I take out the Battle Traps. I don't think those are very good in that matchup. But yeah, those were usually the cards that were coming out. Brain Control, I think, came out once. But yeah, it definitely... Yeah, the siding pattern was just whatever I was feeling. Like, a lot of times against Lightsworn, I would take these cards out, but against my opponent, I saw in a previous round, like, he had quite a few back row post sides, so I was like, okay, I'm going to keep my heavy. But yeah. Yeah, I could talk about, like, how I sided against Vayu and Blackwing real quick. in case you guys want to just, copy my siding plan and then see how that works for you. You can definitely mess around with some things. But for Black Wings, typically what I was doing was I was taking out Sork. I was taking out one deck dev. I usually take out Shoot, and then the last card, it can be Charge or Hamster. Yeah, one of these cards. But yeah, just usually side like this against Black Wings. You can consider bringing the siders. I didn't. I just, figured it's fine. If I was expecting Nox, maybe I take out the Hamster for like one sider or whatever. But yeah, usually just like this was fine in my opinion. I think one round I kept in like both deck devs, and then maybe I only sided in 2 Dust or something like that. But yeah, that's usually how I side against Black Wings. And then against Vayu, it's actually very similar. It's just Icarus, Dust Tornadoes. Depends if I'm going first or second. If I'm going first, I typically like to keep in Charge, just so I have another copy of Raikou that I could potentially see going first. But yeah, I was taking out deck dev. I take out Dust Shoot. I was also taking out Chaos Orc. I just didn't want like dead cards early on in the mirror match. I don't know if that's correct or not. Probably not. But yeah, and then again, it was between Charge and literally like the exact same pattern. Maybe sometimes I was taking out like Caius if I was going second. But yeah, just kind of going on the fly. And then I guess I can kind of talk about what I would do against Frogs, since those are the most popular decks. Probably do something like, if it's like Hero Frogs, I'm still bringing in an Impression, and then maybe on the Crows. So it's kind of tricky how to side against that deck. I do like taking out Flips. I think the Flips are kind of slow going against Frogs, especially if you're going second. Yeah, you can consider taking out something like a D-Prison maybe. I was taking out Sork. I think I took out a Caius as well. And then, yeah, I take out the Bottomlesses. I probably kept the Caius. Yeah, something like this against that deck. You can bring in Crows as well if you want to find some more stuff to cut. Maybe the Icarus comes in, but yeah, the Icarus definitely does come in, or it should have came in. I don't know if I was doing that, but yeah, so that's kind of what I would do against the big 3 decks. And yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about the Vayu deck. I mean, I'm stoked I won. Maybe you'll see me playing this deck again in the future. Let me know if you guys think if Vayu's the best deck. Let me know down below. If you have any questions about the deck or anything that happened throughout the tournament, yeah, feel free to drop that down in the comment section below as well. If you haven't seen the tournament, if you didn't watch it live, you can go back to Sack Phase's YouTube channel on the live tab, and you can watch it there. It's the TGS Monthly number 14. I'll probably link it down in the description as well. But yeah, before I head out, I want to just give some shout outs. Shout out to TGS, shout out to Vidmar and Frank. Those guys run the store. They're always awesome, super supportive, great guys. If you're ever in the Chicagoland area and you want to play some Edison format, definitely come out to the monthlies. They're amazing. Or if you just need cards or any hobby game accessories, board games, plushies, they got it all. So check them out. I want to give a shout out to Elite Four. My Edison, not my Edison team, but the Edison team I'm a part of. Love those guys. They're awesome. So shout out to them. And then, yeah, shout out to the Chicagoland and the Chicagoland boys. I had a great time this weekend. It was a lot of fun. And I'm hoping I can have similar success next month. But yeah, if you guys are in the Chicagoland area, be sure to come out to the next monthly. I'll leave a link to the Facebook page for the next monthly as well. And that is it. So that's my Vayu deck. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like the video, make sure you comment, subscribe, smash the notification bell, all that good stuff, and I'll stop being cringe now. All right, sayonara, YouTube. I'm out. Peace.